everybody, welcome back to another episode. Today we're going to be making these cute little ornaments using the Festive Flurry stamp set from the Stampin' Up! Holiday Catalog. We're going to start off with the largest stamp from that stamp set, and I am stamping out 2 of these using the Pool Party ink. So I'm just stamping this out onto some Whisper White cardstock. That's my first one, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp a second one. Next, I'm going to take the second largest stamp, and I'm going to stamp this out using some Smokey Slate ink. And I'm just mounting that to my block, inking it up with the ink, and again stamping that onto some Whisper White cardstock. And this is the second largest. There's 4 different sizes in this stamp set, so this is the second largest from the biggest. I'm also going to stamp the second, I guess you would say the second smallest from the stamp set. This one is in the Pool Party, and then after I stamp this one out, I'm going to go ahead and take the smallest stamp from this collection and stamp that out using the Smokey Slate ink. Using my magnetic platform, I'm going to go ahead and do the die cutting with the coordinating dies that match this stamp set. So I'm just lining this up using my magnetic platform to hold everything into place, and I'm going to run this through my Big Shot and do that with all of the other stamped images. I have my silver glitter paper, and what I'm doing now is just kind of figuring out how to get these dies onto my glitter paper without wasting too much of it. So I'm just rearranging. I'm using the smallest die, the largest die, and the second smallest die for this, just to cut out those 3 sizes. I'm not using the second largest or the second, the medium, I guess you want to call it, die to this set. I'm just using the 3. So once I get these situated, I'm going to go ahead and run this through my through my Big Shot. So I have my images all cut out. I cut out my stamped images and I cut out my glitter paper, and what I'm doing now is just cutting out some seam binding. This is the Pool Party seam binding, and I'm just cutting off a strip of this. I'm going to use this as my ornament hanger. I am going to go ahead and adhere that to the back of our largest snowflakes, and I'm just going to stick it down using some washi tape so it holds into place. After that, I'm taking some Tombow Mono adhesive, and I'm going to take my 2 snowflakes and adhere them together, and that's going to create the layers for me. I wanted to have a something to hide my ribbon, also something pretty to look at in case it should, you know, turn around or look at the back of it. So especially if I give it as a gift or something attached to a present. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere that down. And then I'm going to start layering all of my other images. I'm using the largest die shape in the glitter paper, and I'm kind of setting that so it's not perfectly lined up, it's kind of off to the side, and I'm using some glue dots to adhere this down. Now with glitter paper, when you're adhering things to the top of glitter paper, it doesn't really stick very well. I advise, I didn't do that in the video, but when you're gluing things together or adhering them down, to maybe stick a little bit of hot glue in between the layers to keep them into place. So I'm just putting that glitter paper down, and after I do that, I'm going to take my Smoky Slate stamped image with another piece of the glitter paper, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere the glitter paper down to my Smoky Slate snowflake. And again, I'm just setting that so it's off center so that things don't line up perfectly. And then I'm going to take some dimensional adhesive, and what I'm doing is just putting those on the back. Now, like I said, sticking to glitter, you probably want to squirt a little bit of hot glue in there so you know that it sticks really well. But for the video, I just went ahead and did it the way I've been showing it, and you'll see at the end it doesn't really kind of stick. So that's why I suggest that you put some hot glue in there. But I'm doing a double layer of dimensionals, so I put 1 layer down, peel the backing off, and then put dimensionals right on top of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the center part of the larger glitter snowflake that I did. And you can see how pretty it glitters there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my smallest glitter snowflake shape that I cut out and line that up using the second to smallest stamp from the collection. And again, using a glue dot, I adhered that down to my stamped image. And then again, I'm going to go ahead and double up the dimensionals on the back of this and stick this down. So we're almost done. I'm going to take one more layer to this, so it's a nice and layered snowflake or ornament, and that's the smallest stamped image in the Smokey Slate. I'm going to adhere that down again using a dimensional. Okay, so once I double layer the dimensionals on the back of this, I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down to my glitter paper there, and that is my last layer that I'm going to add to this. It's got a lot of dimension, and you can see in a second here it doesn't stick. It because it was going to the glitter, it kind of popped up, so that's why I suggest using some hot glue to keep it in place. I'm adding some of the Flurries embellishments that is in the holiday catalog and adding that to the center using a glue dot. So I'm just putting that right in the center, and you can see here it just popped right off. That's why I suggest the hot glue, because it'll keep it into place, and you'll still get your dimension that you want with using the dimensionals. So you can see all the pretty layers there with that snowflake with all the dimensionals. And the next thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and take my scissors, cut my little bottoms off so that they're at an angle. And that is our project for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any questions, let me know. A list of supplies will be down in the bottom of this video or over on my blog if you want to check it out. And if you missed my last video, you can go ahead and click here to watch. See you next time.